Hey, Facebook Live, it's your girl, Dr. V. Hey, it is 11 o'clock at night. My plan was actually start at 11:11 on 11/11/2020, but we are a little bit off, but the timing is still perfect. That's the thing I love about life is that, God's timing is always absolutely perfect. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to come on in the room. Come on in. Let me talk to you for a minute. Let me talk to you for a minute. Come on in. Come on in. Let me know who's here. Let me know who's here and share this broadcast. There is a word. There is a word on tonight. There is a word. So come on in and let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Who's here and where you're tuning in from. Today is 11/11, and there is a lot of power and significance in those numbers. There's a lot of power and significance in this day. And one of the things that I know, I'm in Tampa, Florida, and right now we've been facing the threat of a hurricane, and it's been raining and storming, and the winds have been blowing. And so there's a lot going on. Hey, Bridget in Alabama, what's going on, lady? So listen, today, this is what I know. I know that when there are major things that are getting ready to happen, a lot of times you'll encounter obstacles. There'll be obstacles that come. For me this morning, one of the obstacles that I encountered was I overslept. I overslept. Um, I worked out. I was late to work out. That's not new. That's not new. But I found myself when I came home, I had a sinus headache that kind of had me kind of down for the day. But let me tell you what happened for me. This is what happened. I made a decision. I made a decision that I was going to wake my face up. Now, y'all may be saying, Dr. V, how do you wake your face up? I put my eyebrows on. Listen, I got to get like, I got to have my eyebrows dark enough so that they show up, right? I put my eyebrows on and I put my lips on, which is a little lip liner, some lip gloss. That's it, right? And I said, listen, there is something that God wants the people to know. Let me put myself together enough for me to do that. Now, I could have come on with my bare face, but my bare face would have been depressing to me. Not because I'm not attractive, but because, listen, I just like a little pop. Hey, Miss Carolyn, how are you, gorgeous? So let's talk. It is 11/11. It's 11/11/2020. And it's 11 o'clock. Okay. There is so much power in 11/11. In fact, it signifies manifestation. The number 11 signifies manifestation. And 11/11 is amplified, magnified manifestation. It means that we have the ability to manifest things in our life. We got to be careful what we think, what we say, what we do. Now, what's really strange about this, I won't say strange, but I'll say interesting, is I had a chance to talk to my grandson tonight. And what I was telling him, he said, Big Mama, I'm just not good at math. I said, no, 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 son, don't say that. Don't say that. You're smart. You're brilliant. Say math comes easy to me. He said, math comes easy to me. I said, that's right. And I want you to just keep saying, math comes easy to me, even when it feels like it doesn't. Say, math comes easy to me. Now, see, this is what I know. Our mind has the ability to be tricked. We can trick ourselves, right? We can trick ourselves into believing something to the point where it becomes our reality. Right? If we have that ability, then why not use that for good, right? So it's 11 people on here on 11/11 at 11 o'clock. You guys, there is power in that. And when you understand that, hey, beautiful, how are you? When you understand that, you'll use it for good. So let me take this to you. Whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest right now, whatever it is you want to show up in your life, whatever it is you want your life to look like, this is the time to get explicit, to get detailed, to begin to manifest it, to write it down, to say it out loud, to visualize it, to imagine what you look like when it happens. So literally, I got some pictures from a trip, right? And I was looking at the pictures from the trip and I saw myself there. I saw myself on the beach. I saw myself there in my bikini. I had a whole bikini on, y'all. Y'all know I've been working on my body. I had a whole bikini on. And I saw myself there. And I said, I qualify for every trip in Epic. I qualify. I am qualified for every trip in Epic. I am qualified. See, I understand that if I already tell myself these things, if I've already established that in my mind, then I can create the conditions necessary for it to become my reality. And the truth of the matter is, many of us don't like our lives because we created a reality. We created it. We created it with our thoughts. We created it with our words. And then we created it with our actions. See, everything that we'll ever experience in our life first is created in our mind. You don't believe me? Listen, I want you to think about things that you really wanted in your life, right? How you thought about them first, right? Then how you begin to talk about them. And then how they showed up. Think about your children. Like, I can remember my kids growing up watching cartoons on Saturday mornings when there were Saturday morning cartoons, and they would see a commercial for a particular thing, and they would begin to think, "Ooh, I want that." Then not only would they think, "I want that," they would start to say, "Mama, will you give me this? Mama, I want this. Mama, mama, mama. Hey, Bishop, how you doing?" And then they say it enough. They put it on their list for Christmas, right? And then it shows up, right? So they manifested that thing because they thought about it so much. They knew what it would feel like. They imagined themselves having that toy, playing with it. They saw themselves with it. They saw themselves with it. And then they spoke that thing. And after they spoke that thing, they wrote it down, they spoke it, they declared it, and then it showed up. Everything that you want in your life is able to be produced. Everything. Yes, son. I do. Thank you, baby. You so sweet. See, listen, I wanted something to eat. Something to eat showed up. Then my son then came in here. He's gonna give me something else to eat. See, you see what I'm talking about? Y'all, this thing is so real. And when you understand that, you'll begin to be more deliberate in your thoughts, more deliberate in your words, and more deliberate in your actions. What is it that you want? I've been real clear and I've talked about this a lot. You guys will hear me talking about it, right? Listen, I want to fly on private jets. I want to establish schools in other countries. I want to be able to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it, and money not be an issue, right? I want there to be overflow and abundance in my life. I have overflow and abundance in my life, and that overflow and abundance in my life allows me to bless other people. I am a seven-figure Forex trader. I am a seven-figure Forex trader. I am a seven-figure Forex trader. I am a master trader. Trading is easy for me, right? These are my declarations. These are the things that I declare. I have a healthy, loving, productive, dream, ideal relationship, right? Listen, you got to believe it. You got to see it. You got to see what it looks like. When you do that, it manifests. It manifests, you guys. You can manifest the life you want. Now, listen, people say that manifestation is new age. It is not new age. God established manifestation when he established creation, right? He said, let there be light. And what? There was light. He separated the light from the darkness, right? Listen, God spoke it and it was so. And then he said, not only did he speak it and it manifested, but he said it was what? It was good. It was good. And he gave us the same ability to create in our lives. And the only thing separating us from the ability or from exercising that ability is our lack of belief. We don't believe it's possible. And if you don't believe it's possible, it will not happen. Everything. Hey, gorgeous. Everything that you desire, you have the ability to create with your thoughts, your words, and then your actions. We want to go straight to the actions. We want to start with the actions. We say, well, I'm going to do da, 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 and that's great. It's great to have a plan. But listen, you've got to be able to see it in your mind before you see it in the natural. You've got to be able to see it, to feel it, to know what it sounds like, to know. Listen, I want y'all to catch this now. I want y'all to catch this. What was I thinking? You don't know, right? That's why we have to say stuff out loud. See, we have conditioned ourselves to be afraid to say things out loud, so we just say it in our head. We think if we say it in our head, it's enough. No, there's something about speaking it out, saying it out loud that produces something. It produces when you say it out loud. You can hear it. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by what? The word of God. You got to hear it. You got to hear it. You got to say it so you can hear it. Say it so you can hear it. You got to be able to visualize it. You got to be able to visualize and imagine yourself experiencing it. So let me tell you what I do. I did a meditation. I was teaching a class on stress reduction and relaxation. And so I did a meditation. And I know some people in the church think meditation is new age too, but it's not. The word of God says to meditate on his words, right? To meditate, to go into a place of deep meditation, right? So I did a meditation, and I walk people through just opening themselves up, their minds up to dream again. See, we stopped dreaming because we allowed people to convince us that there were things that we couldn't have because of the color of our skin, because of our age, because of who our parents were, because of where we lived or where we were born, and all of these things. But this is the reality. The thing that separates us from those who have is that we don't believe that we can have it, right? Or we stop dreaming and we say, well, I'm going to be practical. I want to be realistic, right? And when you are practical and realistic, you're going to get practical and realistic. But when you dream big, you can produce big, right? Because you've allowed yourself to go outside of the realm of the common and ordinary experience. And nothing about me is ordinary. Nothing about me is common. And the truth of the matter is nothing about you is either. Now, the only way common and ordinary show up in your life is if you choose it. You have to choose that. So I did this meditation, and everybody who does this meditation, they see stuff, right? I said, okay, I want you to imagine yourself on the beach. I want you to feel the sand in between your toes and under your feet. I want you to hear the waves beating against the sand. I want you to step into the water, and I want you to feel the water coursing over your feet. Listen, they start feeling it. I said, now, I want you to imagine yourself driving your dream car. It's the car you've always wanted. I want you to smell it. Catch that new car smell. I want you to see it. I want you to visualize it. I want you to experience it. So what happens is your mind doesn't know the difference between what you're visualizing and what's real. It doesn't know the difference. Creating an image as our creator did in making mankind. Absolutely. Imagination is a picture of our thoughts. It absolutely is, Eli. So they began to see it. And some people who had stopped dreaming, who had stopped daring to dream, started to dream again. And then things started happening in their lives. Things started changing. Things started showing up, right? So when I would do my visualization, I would always see myself in this Tesla. It's a royal blue Tesla, right? So I remember one day I decided I was going to go and I was going to buy a car, right? I was going to go buy a car. But I didn't go to Tesla. I went to Ford, right? I don't even like Fords, right? But I went to Ford. They had a special going. I said, I'm going to be practical. I went. It was a horrible experience. The salesperson did too much talking. Why are you doing all this talking? Why are you talking? Listen, I don't need you to do all that talking. Stop talking to me, okay? Stop trying to oversell me. Stop trying to make me get something I don't want. But I was already trying to get something I don't want. I took it for a test drive. He had to be all up in the car with me. Then the Spirit of God said, go to Tesla. Okay, let me go to Tesla. It's right down the street. I went to Tesla. They said, hey, how are you? Would you like to test drive a car? Yes. Which model? I said an S. Okay, model S. Okay, great. So actually there's one that I want. I want to know if it's here. They were telling me, yes, it's here, but it's being cleaned or, fixed or something. Something was going on with it. I was like, okay. They said, but we have one you can drive. All I need is your driver's license. You sign this, da-da-da-da. Then they said, okay, you're all set. Well, so-and-so's going to show you how the car works, and then you can go ahead and take your test drive. Excuse me? So I went to Ford. The salesperson had to be in the car with me Not only were in the car with me, they was doing all this talking. Stop talking to me while I'm trying to drive. Then they try to keep me on the street. I'm not buying a car that I only drive on the street, that I don't drive on the interstate. That's foolishness, right? So I'm like, I can't go on the interstate. Oh yeah, sure you can, sure you can. But you're gonna limit me, right? I don't like that. Tesla didn't tell me how long to be gone. They said, here you go, enjoy your test drive. I said, what? I was driving by myself. Sun shining in through the sunroof, right? The whole roof like is glass, right? You can just see straight through it, right? I'm smelling the new car smell. There's all of this technology in front of me. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And check this out. That particular day, I had a headache. And so, and it was a bad sinus headache too, much like my one today. And I did not, I wanted to just go home. But God said, no, I want you to go and I want you to drive this car. And that's what I did. I drove the car. I took a picture of me in the car, right? I have a picture of the car that I want on my phone, the car that is mine, the car that will be mine, the car that I'm going to drive, right? All of that to remind me. See, when we remind ourselves of what it is that we want, then we draw it to ourselves. We put ourselves in places and situations and connections that created in our life. And that's what we're missing. Many of us are missing that. So today is 11/11. It's 11 o'clock and it's 2020. Like, there's so much significance in all of that. So I wanted to come on and let you guys know this is the time to manifest what it is that you want in your life. What do you want in your life? What do you want in your relationships? What do you want? Come on, y'all. Let's dream again. Let's believe again. Not only that, it's so funny because this morning I was talking to somebody, God began to speak to me about their life, about their husband, about what their life was going to be like and what their relationship was going to be like, and about a future child. And I'm like, wow. They're like, oh my God, Dr. V, you just don't know. That's exactly what I've seen. That's exactly what I've seen. Well, God knew that. So now I'm asking you, what is it that you want? What is it that you're believing God for? What is it that you're standing on? What? What is that? Listen, God wants you to dream and He wants you to know that He knows you and He cares about you. So this is what I'm going to do. If you want a prophetic word, drop a one in the comments, and I'll give you whatever God gives me for you. Drop a one in the comments, and I'm going to give you whatever it is that God has me to give you. Lady Bird Williams. God said, dream again. God said, dream again. God said, you stop dreaming because you became so practical. Dream again. Dream again. Listen, dream again and watch what He does. Watch how He moves in your life. Watch how He shows up. Watch how the manifestations take place. But you have to open yourself up to dreaming. Miss Carolyn, listen. It's not over and it's not done. It's not over and it's not done. But it's going to require you to move and to operate at a different level. You've got to operate at a different level in order for the promises of God to manifest in your life the way He wants them to. Absolutely true. If you're in one of the groups, if you're in a group, you need to put your name next to the one. Put your name next to the one. So Facebook user, like, I don't know who you are. Just put your name next to the one and I'll be able to get you. So do that for me and I'll get you. I'll come back to you. Kim, it's time. It is time. It is time. You have downplayed who you are for long enough, and it is time for you to step fully into who God has created you to be and allow that Kim to show up, allow that Kim to manifest the promises of God. He said you've been focusing too much on what you don't have, and He needs you to focus on what you can create because you have the ability to create what you want. So you talk about what you don't have. Instead of talking about what you don't have, create what you desire and watch how He begins to move. Alita, Alita, God is transitioning you. God is transitioning you. He's transitioning you in how you see yourself. He's transitioning you in business. He's transitioning you in life, period. Like he's transitioning you. And these transitions won't be comfortable, but they'll be necessary. So transition, you know, you have to do what it is that God has said to do, the way he said to do it. Absolutely. Um, Now, I don't know who this is, because your name is not here, but this is what I hear the Lord saying to you. What I hear God saying is believe, believe. Um, you have walked out life much like a doubting Thomas. Like God has had to, you like, God, I'll believe if I can feel the marks in your hand, if I can see them and I can touch it and I can put my finger in the hole where the nail was, then I'll believe. But God says, no, you need to believe before you see it. You need to believe before you touch it. You need to believe before. And if you will do that, then you will see the manifestations of God. But you got to believe. And you got to believe on another level. You got to believe on another level. If you want the word that God has for you, put a one in the comments, put a one in the comments. Be sure to share this broadcast. What I know is people are suffering from a lack of hope. They've stopped believing and having hope. But I'm telling you, God is restoring our hope and he's restoring us. He's restoring our hope and he is restoring us in a way that allows the world to know that he truly is God, because he is. All right, you guys. In the absence of any additional ones, know this: know that God is for you and not against you, that he has actually positioned you to have everything that you desire. He's given you the creative ability to produce that which you desire in your life, and it is up to you to manifest it. He's given you all you need to do so, but it's up to you to physically manifest it. What are you going to do? Are you going to keep talking about what you don't have and what's not in existence, or are you going to create that which you desire? I believe that you will create. I believe that. I believe that it's already done. Now, let's look at it. Let's enjoy it and let's be grateful for it. So, I am so happy and grateful now that God has made me epic, right? I'm so happy and grateful now that God has put me in the relationship that is for me. I'm so happy and grateful now that my children have a magnificent life of abundance and overflow. I'm so happy and grateful now that there are Walters Academies for Entrepreneurship around the world. I am so happy and grateful now that I am a seven-figure master trader. I am so happy and grateful now that I have helped hundreds of thousands of people become millionaires. I am so happy and grateful now that I have fulfilled my purpose in Him. I am so happy and grateful. God is God and He loves me. Listen, and I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an absolutely epic evening. Enjoy the rest of the night. Don't be afraid to produce and manifest. It's your time and it's your season. Be blessed. Mwah.